One important part of understanding VueJS is to understand how it handles changes, so how it detects that changes occurred, and how it then updates the page. Because in the end, that is what it's doing. It's not reloading it, it's updating parts of it through JavaScript. We have the Vue instance on one side and the DOM on the other side. I already explained that the Vue instance creates and holds a template, either derived from the HTML code or passed with this template property. In this template, we might have a message where we say hello, and this of course also is represented in the DOM after this has been rendered, and we might have other properties used in the DOM or used in our template, like this, but then finally being printed or painted to the DOM. Now, what if we change the message? We could think that VueJS constantly watches the message and updates the DOM if required. The first part is right. Each property we set up has its own watcher. And I explained this earlier, that VueJS, when we pass an object to the constructor, creates these watchers for all the properties in our data property, thus allowing us, or thus allowing itself, to watch for changes to these properties which announce or which mean that it probably needs to update something. But it's not updating like that. It's not constantly updating everything in the real DOM just because it changed. Think of this, if we change message and set it to hello again, then technically we touched this property, we changed it, but we changed it to the same value as before. It would re-render the part of the DOM, or worst of all, maybe the complete DOM, and that would be a real performance hit, because accessing the real DOM is the part which takes the most performance. JavaScript is super fast, but accessing the DOM is super slow. So we want to do this as seldom as possible. Hence, this is not what it does, neither for message nor for any other property. Instead, it has an extra layer, the virtual DOM. And on the virtual DOM, this is a representation of the real DOM, kind of a copy, but a copy parsed in JavaScript and therefore very, very quick to be accessed. VueJS then simply checks these or watches these changes, writes them to this virtual DOM. If we update message, for example, to hello everyone, even though it might have been set to hello everyone before, it recreates this virtual DOM. And then it takes the difference between the template and the virtual DOM and only updates this part in the real DOM. So it knows which property did change, which part of the template is affected, what is the current state of the DOM represented by the virtual DOM. Okay, I got this heading here or this paragraph or whatever, which actually needs to be updated. And now it goes out to the actual DOM, to the real DOM, and changes this paragraph. And since it also updated the virtual DOM, it now automatically got an up-to-date representation of the real DOM without having to take a full copy of that again, because again, it constantly updates this. This is how this change detection with the watchers and updating with the virtual DOM works, which makes VueJS very performant and very fast.